Your earliest football memories for the pair of you. What's your earliest football memory, Waggy?
Mine was probably, actually it's quite ironic, I used to watch Gillingham, because they're quite local to me. They're quite local to me. It was a Gillingham-Chelsea game. Can't quite remember the score, I think I was about 4 or 5. And I went and I just thought, I just loved it like there and then. I thought this is for me, and obviously ever since, you never think that you obviously want to become a footballer, but you don't know if it's ever going to happen, and it's obviously a dream come true when it does, and it's one of them things where I just sort of went on from there really.
Luke, for yourself, growing up in Berkshire?
Mine's probably Reading, to be fair. When I used to go with my dad, he used to take me down there. I started at a young age, to be fair, so yeah, going to watch them, and I played for them as well, so it's probably the earliest.
For them, yeah?
I was tiny, man. I used to be ball boy, I used to love it.
Really?
Yeah, I think Noel Hunt was there at the time.
Yeah.
That was sort of, Parkin, is it Parkinson?
Yep.
I'm sure he was there. That's the sort of times I can remember.
Is that what inspired you to play?
Yeah, and obviously my dad was a massive influence. I'd always had a football by my side, and yeah, he'd always take me, and he was dedicated, and yeah, like you said, I'm just glad to obviously make it, and I'm enjoying it.
Same for you, Waggy?
Yeah, no, my dad was a massive influence on me, well, both my parents, especially when you're younger. It's one of them where they got to drive you on a Tuesday night, a Thursday night, Friday before games, and you got the games Saturdays, and it's a lot of travelling, so obviously I owe a lot to my mum and dad, and obviously family as well, to stick with you, especially through the bad times. There's a lot of bad times, but when they're good, they're really good, so you make the most of it.
In terms of this club, this special club that we've got, an awareness of Wimbledon FC, how far does that go back for you? I mean, we've seen the images of '88 and so on.
Yeah, obviously the FA Cup win, it's iconic, isn't it? It's everywhere, and obviously the boys doing what we did last year against obviously a massive team in West Ham. Probably told Lukey that one a few times. But it's great. It's great for this club, and they've come such a long way in such a short space of time, and obviously we're obviously trying to look to make that continue, and hopefully we can sort of push up the table and keep that dream alive.
Luke, I suppose for yourself it was what growing up, it's seeing Wimbledon in the Premier League and so on, was it?
Yeah, vaguely, but I remember obviously the likes of Vinnie Jones and that.
It's the only player who knows back then.
So I didn't really know too much, to be honest with you, but like you said, obviously we're going to try and continue that, and obviously moving into the new stadium as well. That's a good factor, and just build on that really.
One thing we've got to clear up, I think, because we've done a bit of filming behind the scenes over the past year, and that's the physio room. And I think it's fair that you guys both have a little bit of a say back here, because you both had to be face down on the bench at the time. And Stuart Douglas has said you both like to be a little bit pampered, the pair of you, after the training session. So I think you've got to be say back here.
To be fair, he's not lying really, is he? He's not lying.
We like to look after ourselves, don't we?
It's a spa day for us most days, isn't it?
We like to look after ourselves.
It's one of them, because we're a little bit older now. We're probably two of the oldest, didn't we, really?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And the
to be fair, when I was younger, I probably didn't.
Nah, well, that's what we say to the young lads now, and they look at us like, we never used to get rubs, I'd say probably till I was about 24, 25.
I used to shoot off.
And then we start getting rubs, but as soon as the body starts aching, it's game over for us. Yeah, no, to be fair, obviously Katie, who's in there every day, she's brilliant, especially with us too. She looks after us really well, and Dougie as well, and obviously you've got Dan in there. Brilliant. But they're really good, and obviously that's where a lot of the fun happens as well. So there's a bit of banter in there, and it's a bit lively. So it's nice to sort of spend time in there as well.
On the subject of fun, best initiation song and singer we've had Mitch and Woody on in the past, and the general thing was Mitch Pinnock doing Bob Marley was probably the funniest.
Robbo was probably...
Robbo did one the other week, and
got us all going in that way.
He did, to be fair.
I don't know. It's
a song, but I can't remember what it was. But
you get a crowd in that going.
Yeah, and the boys in the end, I think tables were getting lifted up, and chairs above heads, tops were off, spinning around. Luke kept his on, thank God. But no, it was good fun actually, wasn't it? And even Meds afterwards had a lot to live up to afterwards, and he was pretty good actually, wasn't he, for a young lad coming in? A few good facials, but them two were probably the most recent.
They're on the mic as well, so it was the proper real deal.
It was good fun.
We've got to be careful here now, because depending on what's said, but I remember talking to Woody about this one as well. Best nickname and why? Because there was one that Neil Ardley had for you that was Sean, which stuck with what they said.
Oh, Lukey, man, it was it?
No.
Yeah, because I went out for my initiation song, and there was obviously talk through it, whatever,
Yep.
and he's gone now up to the stage, Sean Wagstaff. And like the boys were looking, I was thinking, oh no, he signed the wrong Wagstaff. He signed the wrong mate. He didn't really want me. He didn't want me. But no, it was good fun actually, because it took the heat off me a little bit. The gaffer after that was like, he was like trying to get me back in his good books and that again. But no, it was good fun. But I don't know, nicknames.
I haven't really got one. What have you?
Just Waggy.
Just
but
Waggy.
Yeah.
I think if I ever get called Scott, I think I'm getting told off really.
Yeah.
It's probably a bad thing. But nicknames, I don't. Just shorten everyone's name anyway, don't you know? Just
Football
lazy. It's
environment.
football, yeah, it is. It's just try and get anyone's nickname. But yeah, I'm not going to reveal any bad nicknames if there was any.
No. In terms of getting away from here, the time that you have, I mean, obviously you're a family man, Luke, but what do you kind of like to do away from him? I know that golf is kind of popular amongst you, yeah?
Don't even try and say you can play golf.
Well, hey, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm pretty good at golf. No, I'm awful. I'm normally in the bushes somewhere. But yeah, outside,
Pretty
no,
chill.
yes, I don't think some of the lads play a bit of Call of Duty and FIFA and things. Obviously, we've got quite a young group, so a lot of them do play the PlayStation. But I think our days are behind us and on the PlayStation.
Well,
He's got the little ones.
Yeah, I'm still a fan. I'm
Yeah.
still a fan, but I do still like to play on the PlayStation once or twice.
Don't know how you get it. I don't know how you get it.
Trying to stay young, innit? But
Try it.
yeah, no, just pretty chill to be fair, and yeah, play a bit of golf as well, don't we? But we're not really the best.
Nah, we're not the best. We just try and take.
There's a few of the boys that obviously think.
Yeah,
like
Quezzy thinks he's good.
Because he's up there. He's
Pins isn't bad. Pins is pretty good. Macca's very good. Woody's good. But yeah, there's a few lads that like their golf, but yeah, not too many good ones.
No.
Final one, I think he might even be
Someone's
coming.
coming.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about Jason Moriarty in terms of guilty pleasures, in terms of food
Great
you're
guy.
allowed away from here. What do you allow yourself now and again that perhaps you shouldn't, but you get
I'll
away
let you answer that one.
Yeah, no, he's
Like I said, how long have we got?
No,
No, I think you've got to enjoy yourself. Obviously, you know before games what you can and can't eat. You've got to have the right stuff. You've got to get the carbs and the
especially, I normally have a little treat after a game and that.
A little
treat after a game. Maybe a Sunday style.
bit of crisps.
And the rest.
that's yeah.
All right.
Nah, there's a few. I think after games, it's one of them you can probably eat what you want because you've burned so many calories in that, and you just want to pile it back on and obviously get the recovery in. But I think before games, you try and eat the right stuff. You get the veg down, you get the carbs down, you get the fish, all of that sort of stuff. So, but Jason's pretty chilled, and he'll let you off sometimes. But before a game, if you have anything bad, he'll be on you.
Yeah.
Like when you have white bread
To be
before
fair,
the game,
you're on the train and travelling up, and
he's just up and down the train, like looking, see everything sweets around, like he's Hawkeye. But no, he's very good at his job, Jay. He's very detailed and he's a good guy.
What's the first impressions you made of each other when you first met up? Because you go back away, you two now, don't you? So.
What, when we first met up in
Yeah.
Well, it was probably Ireland, wasn't it? We went to Ireland, went away, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went away to Ireland.
To be fair, when I first joined,
Yeah, it was on the plane.
we sat next to each other, and obviously in the change room as well. We
Yeah.
sat next to each other, so we got to know each other quite well. And obviously him playing right wing, and I played
right back, weren't you?
right back. So we had a obviously good relationship on and off the pitch as well. So I think it was, like you said, it was when we were travelling to Ireland. Probably it was about an hour or so we just
Yeah,
away,
was chatting.
so.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's easy to get on with. He's a good lad.
To be fair, you know a few lads I
Yeah.
know,
And that's what I think is. I think in football, a lot of people do know each other, don't they?
Especially the older you get.
Yeah,
Obviously the clubs you play at, and you know. So now we've got on.
Yeah, and obviously I stayed in touch with him when I obviously left last year, and he gave me a bit when they beat us last year. But no, it was good to get one over the boys on it Saturday as well.
Yeah.
It was a great win, and no, he's a great lad, and I've always sort of stayed in touch with him.
Although in fairness, when we did an interview with Luke earlier this season in the gym, you did come through and say you have to do all your running for him.
Yeah, that is true, but I think everyone can see that anyway, so we don't need to lie about that, do we? No, he's I just give him the ball and he can cross it in. His crossing's pretty good, so I let him off.
Let's talk a little bit about the game on Saturday now. Gillingham. wearing that captain's armband, and particularly that move that came off that you work on the training ground. You must have been so pleased about that.
Yeah, no, it was good to actually get the ball, to be honest. No, to be fair, we work a lot on the switch of play, and it was one of them games. It was a scrappy game. You'll probably agree with us, Lukey, but it was a scrappy sort of game. It was the second balls, but the one bit of quality that we sort of had, we made sure that we obviously performed it well, and it was a great pass from Pins, and it was nice to see it hit the back of the net, and it was a great feeling, especially against your old team. You always want to do well, probably just want to prove a point against your old teams, and it was nice to get the win, and obviously having the captain's armband as well was nice.
I think sometimes them wins are obviously better. It was quite scrappy, and obviously there was a few blocks and challenges flying about. Yeah,
you got some good challenges there, though, some timely ones.
There was a few, to be fair. Obviously the other boys as well. So we defended really well, and I think sometimes that is. It feels a bit better when we do perform like that and get the win, you know.
Does mean a bit
the confidence obviously is a little bit higher now, and obviously we can take that into Bolton. Obviously we haven't got a game this weekend coming.
Yeah, I mean, what's it been like around the training ground this week? Because I mean, obviously no game. I mean, what's the week structured like for you guys now?
I think it's still pretty similar, to be honest. We'll still be doing work towards Bolton. Obviously we've just got a lot more time. Out there today doing certain patterns of play and shape work and things like that, and it's only going to help us really. I think the more we do it, the more repetition we do, the better we'll get at it. And I think obviously defenders went off and did their own things as well, so it's not all just a team thing, it's all separated as well, which is sometimes nice for us. We don't have to always do the defending or just the attacking. It's nice. So but no, it's been good. It's going to be a hard week because obviously we haven't got a game Saturday, so the next couple of days will be tough. And today was hard as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
I don't really like it, to be fair. I like the games when they're coming, because I feel like it's quite intense.
Particularly because you've had the layoff as well, so you out there, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I just want to obviously keep the games thick and fast. I think everyone does, to be fair. But no, we obviously have a break, and then we'll be ready to go against Bolton next Saturday. Saturday.
We've got to ask you about the captaincy as well. I mean, now you've been here for this time, you've made over 50 appearances for the club, wearing that captain's armband, you get that real feel for the club now.
Yeah, no, obviously it's a great honour to obviously have the captain's armband. I didn't think at the beginning. You were going to say something. You didn't think at the beginning of the season that I didn't think I was going to be captain or anything like that, but we are a very young squad, and it's like obviously players like me and Lukey, and you've got Woody, you've got obviously Pigs, you've got Quezzy, the older lads, Rod who's here, and you've got a lot of the older lads that have to sort of help the younger lads, because it is a young group. It's a very good group, but it's a very young group, so we do need to obviously take over a little bit of the sort of experience, pass it down to them. But obviously, being captain is brilliant. I love it, and I hope the boys appreciate me as a captain in a minute.
Yeah, I think obviously everyone looks up to Waggy. He's a big part of the squad, and what he brings to the team as well is brilliant. So obviously he fully deserves it. Obviously while Will's out, and obviously it's good.
And for yourself, Luke, as well, I mean, just the fact that I remember picking up on in the summer we were talking about recruitment. Your stats last season for League One were very impressive, which was one of the reasons why Wimbledon wanted to get you here. Do you pay too much attention to that, and do you still feel there's more room for improvement from yourself in this?
Yeah, I do look at the stats a little bit.
What does he?
Yeah, obviously I like to be up there with the assists and that coming into the season. So yeah, no, that's obviously one of my targets I want to be hitting, and you know, there's always room for improvement, especially while we're playing in this division as well. You want to play higher and achieve good things.
I want to ask you both about the gaffer now, Glyn Hodges, because in his day he was a very creative player. Is that something that you two can really relate to with him and hit it off with him?
Yeah, I think probably more so me. No, I'm joking. He's not bad. No, I'm joking. He's obviously when you get out wide, he obviously lets us do our bits and wants us to be positive. And like you said, we got quite a good relationship out there, haven't we? We sort of know where we need to go in certain situations, and you also got Pins coming out and Pigs is dropping in as well, so you've got a lot of help out wide, but obviously if we have to do a bit, we'll try our best to...
Yeah, definitely. He's got us playing in a good way as well. Yeah. You know, we're playing it nicely, and especially the two centre-halves, me and Riley played last game. We've been pushing out with the ball and join in with players. Also, it helps.
That helps. That
as well.
helps us, especially out wide when you are 1v1. If you've got that overlap in 2v1, it does obviously help. So that's what we're trying to obviously bring to the games now, and hopefully it will come into Saturday or next week.
And you are proudly wearing that captain's armband for the club at the moment, but I've got to ask you, you've mentioned it already about Will Nightingale. Is this a time when you're all rally around him at this stage?
Yeah, I think a lot of the boys are giving him a text. He's away at the minute because there's not really much he can do. So he's just sitting there, just sort of recovering. I think he got his head around it quite early because it's been an ongoing problem, and I think for him, he needed to get it sorted because it's never nice.
He's young as well,
Yeah.
so he might as well do it now. You don't want it obviously occurring when he's older.
And also if he's playing and it's still niggling and he's not performing well, it doesn't help. A lot of us, we play through injuries and it doesn't help you. So I think he's made the right decision to get it done, get it sorted, and like I said, hopefully he'll come back quick. Hopefully he'll come back quicker than they say. But now obviously recovery is key, and obviously we miss him around the change room. He's a big leader for us as well, and obviously the fans love him. So hopefully we can get him back ASAP. We've still got a good group of lads, and I don't think you want to disrupt too much because it is a good group. But like you said, we probably do need a little bit more experience. But the boys have been performing well, so you just don't know, and we'll see what happens in January. But it's always busy, you know what it's like.
And Luke, for yourself, you're enjoying the ride so far and working with these young players that we have got here at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. When I first come in, I said it's a young squad, and looking forward to obviously helping them when I need to. And we just got to keep going and plodding away. And obviously we've been playing some good football, maybe not getting some results we've probably deserved. But yeah, we just got to keep our heads up and obviously take the victory from the other day into the game against Bolton.
Brilliant. Scott, Luke, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been great to do something a little bit different. So thanks very much indeed for your time.
Nice one, man.
Cheers, chaps.